Hey there, C.E. Huffman here with your Huffman's headlines for Tuesday, July 9th, 2019. Glad you're with us. Hope you're having a great day and enjoying all this heat throughout the nation here in the summer. Wanted to start with our Huffman headlines today. Got my clock out. This is a 10-minute countdown, and let's get started. Hey, I want to start with Amy McGrath. This is a name you're going to hear a lot over the next few months because she has decided she's running for the Democratic Party's nomination to run against Mitch McConnell. Now, it's still early in the process, so she might actually have to go through a primary process herself, but right now she's the only one that has any guts to stand up to probably, I'd beg to say, the most powerful man in the country other than Donald Trump. Mitch McConnell, who has been in the Senate for over 30 years. If you can believe this, Mitch McConnell was in the Senate before I went to elementary school. So this was back in the 80s, the first time Mitch McConnell came on the scene. And Mitch doesn't play fair. He knows he doesn't they make any qualms about it. He is going to play dirty. He's going to mudsling, and it's actually already started. They were ready for Amy McGrath as soon as she started her website. They already had another one ready. So if you want to learn more about Amy McGrath, you can go to her website. It's amymcgrath.com. That's AMYMCGRATH.com. Now, on the other side, Mitch's folks already had another website ready to rock and roll, and it is wrongpathmcgrath.com. It's wrongpathmcgrath.com. It was already ready to go when she launched hers today. So that is telling you something. He is locked and loaded, ready to rock and roll for this 2020 election. This is probably going to be Mitch McConnell's last run. I can't imagine that after 2020 he's going to try to run again. He's had multiple chances at this. He's won all of them. Sometimes it's been a runaway hit. He's had some close squeakers, but it's been mostly pretty comfortable for him here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Full disclosure, that's where I am actually registered to vote in Kentucky in District 6 here in Lexington, Kentucky. So a little bit of background on Amy. So she ran last year for the 6th District of Kentucky. She's 44. She lost that election last year, but she's going to do it again. She thinks she has a better chance in a statewide election up against McConnell. Now, she's a Marine fighter pilot, which is pretty good. She's a vet. So that's one thing that she's done that Mitch McConnell will never be able to say about himself. She's been on 89 combat missions. She is married, but get this, she's married to a lifelong Republican. She's a Democrat. She's been an independent, but now she is running as a Democrat, and she's married to a Republican. Of course, I assume he supports her. They also have 3 children. She's from Georgetown, Kentucky. It's right a little bit north, Scott County, Kentucky. It's north of Fayette County here in central Kentucky. And just a little trivia for you. In Georgetown, where she's from, they make the world's supply of Toyota Camrys. If it ever comes up, you want to know you have a Toyota Camry, you want to know where it's made? Made in Georgetown, Kentucky. Well, little side note for you. I don't think she wins. It's almost impossible to win against Mitch McConnell because he has ties to every county in Kentucky. There are 120 counties, and Mitch has done something for all 120. He has a hand in every part, in every nook and cranny of this state. However, she has one chance. If the minority groups align, there are over 2.2 million women in Kentucky. If they come in and they really throw their support behind her, she's got a chance. If blacks in Kentucky, it's not a big margin. It's 8%, a little more than 8% of the state is black, and she has a little chance with Hispanics. But if you get women, strong showing from women, you get blacks, strong showing from blacks to show up, and especially in those the areas of Jefferson County, that's Louisville, and Fayette County, that's where the majority of black folks live in the state. They show up, Hispanics, she might have a chance, and it is it's a main election, it's a presidential election, so there's a possibility that she could run away with this. There's always a possibility. It always, one vote here, one vote there, could make the difference. So Amy McGrath, again, it's amymcgrath.com. And if you want to know what Mitch is planning over the next year, why don't you go to wrongpathmcgrath.com. The next story I want to talk about a little bit is Ross Perot. Ross Perot dying today at the age of 89. You may remember Perot ran for president twice. He was a third-party candidate, though, and he actually got a big chunk back in 92 of the election. This was the George Bush Clinton election. He had 19% of that vote as a third-party candidate back then. I would have assumed that he would have opened the road for more third-party candidates, but we got better with our two-party system. But he had 19% of the vote back in '92, and so he really has made his mark on the country. And some folks tend to say that it was because of Perot running in '92 that Bill Clinton is president of the United States. But he did die this morning, and he was surrounded by his family, and he died peacefully at his home. The next story I want to talk about, a big report from the Congressional Budget Office coming out. This came out yesterday, and it's pretty much assessing the economic impact of raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, okay? It would be in 6 steps, though, and it would not actually be $15 an hour until 2025. Still a long way away. So let's talk a little bit about the major findings. The benefits to the low-wage workers of that $15 minimum wage far exceeds the cost. That's what the Congressional Budget Office is saying. They're actually saying that it benefits much more for us to have a $15 minimum wage than not to have it. The report finds that the minimum wage increase would increase the wages of millions of low-wage workers, increase the average income of low and lower middle-income families, reduce poverty, shift money from corporate profits to the wages of low-wage workers, and reduce inequality. They find that the $15 in 2025 could raise the wages of 27.3 million low-wage workers. It would increase the income of those families who earn below 3 times the poverty rate by $21.9 billion. That's with the B dollars. Would reduce the number of people living in poverty by 1.3 million people. That would reduce the folks living in poverty today in the United States, richest, most powerful country in the world, by 1.3 million people. And that's with just a $15 minimum wage. The federal minimum wage, I don't know if you know this, federal minimum wage, the last time it was raised, back in July of 2009. 2009, so that's been a decade ago, almost. July 24th of 2009, almost a decade ago. The fight against this is all about trickle down, right? Like, you either have the fill up economic policy or the trickle down economic policy. Big believer that the trickle down doesn't work. I think we've tried it over and over again, giving rich people money, thinking that somehow they'll invest it in everybody and we'll all be happy. But no, giving people money at the bottom, they spend it and let it trickle up. That will build big business. They will use it in their communities. So for this, the CBO, I'm giving you a thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up from CBO. Forgot to give my thumbs up. So Amy McGrath, I give Amy McGrath 2 thumbs up. She gets 2 thumbs up. Ross Perot gets a thumbs up for being a bold thinker in the 90s, and the CBO thumbs up as well. Last story. I have 2 minutes. I'm doing pretty good. All right, I'm doing really good today. Yes. All right, last story. This is an economic story. Very excited about it. Right? Kohl's now accepts your Amazon returns. You don't have to send them back anymore. Yes, just take it to your local Kohl's store. If you live near one, we've got 2 here, I think, in the area. So now Kohl's customers can just take their packages back, or take your Amazon packages to the Kohl's store for return. You don't have to send it through UPS anymore. All you have to do is have a a QR code, that is. They'll send you the QR code, you take it with your phone, and they'll scan it, they'll look through it, make sure it's in good condition, and there you go. There you have it. As simple as that. Amazon doing a little boldness there. A little brick and mortar old school right there for you folks who need to return things. And I think with that, that's a thumbs up. The reason that I can't stand Amazon is because it's so hard to take things back when I don't like it. Now, they make it a little easy now. Now, if I could just pick up my package at Kohl's or at the Amazon Fulfillment Center, which is a half a mile from where I live, instead of them sending it from the Amazon Fulfillment Center to me, I'd like to just pick it up, Amazon. All right, thanks so much. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Huff's Headlines. Again, that's at Huff's Headlines. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.